Hi, my name's Julie Devenney and I'm here today to help you to blow dry your hair. My hair's about past my shoulders and a lot of clients don't know how to blow dry their hair, so I'm going to give you some tips. So just go out to the shower, it's dried off for about 20 minutes. The main thing you need is sectioning clips. You can have the grippy ones or you can have those. So I'm going to apply, if I can get the bottle to work, 3 drops of Moroccaonoil, light oil. I've got light oil because my hair's coloured and it's blonde. It's no different to the original Moroccaonoil oil. It's just it's slightly finer consistency and it's lighter in colour. So that's from my hair being shampooed. Let's give it a little brush through. As you can see, my hair's a little bit wavy. I can either scrunch it curly, I can blow dry it smooth, or I can run the straighteners over it and have it sleek and straight. So today I'm going to do it in between. I'm going to do it with some big soft curls, a little bit Cheryl Cole-ish. That's it. So once you've brushed it through, and it's a little bit dried off, so it's not wet through, else it'll take you absolute ages to dry it. Put it in the sort of style that you have it, either it's going over this way. Don't be too worried about the parting, because you can get that when it's dry. So as I said, the main thing that you'll need is a sectioning clips. So what I do is I go around from just underneath my ear, putting my 2 fingers together and just get a section like that. So this bit we're just going to twirl out of the way and put in our sectioning clip. I've got a big clip there actually, and I'm going to just keep that tied out of the way. So I've got a section like that. I'm just going to divide it into 2, and this is a trick. So before I turn the noisy dryer on, what I'm going to do is, instead of rolling all the hair up when the hairdryer is on, from the bottom to the top, quite a few people do it like that to start off with, but the ends are getting really, really dried over and over. So the ends actually dry off quite a lot quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dry the root area off first by leaving this middle ends and ends hanging free. And then I'm going to work down as it dries off, recurling it up like that and incorporating the ends slowly, and you'll find it dries a lot quicker than trying to, like I say, take the whole section and get the heat going through the whole section of the hair. So here it goes. So I'm going to put it on the first setting. If you blow dry it too fast, what it does is it blow dries all the new hair growth out. It gives you a frizzy finish. So as I said, smooth it round, so I just get it on the roots. They're really good, these blow dries, because you can actually feel yourself if it's too hot. If it's too hot for your head, it's too hot for your hair. So we're just going to incorporate that root section, drying it off little bit by little bit. And as you can see, as I wind it out, it takes the ends in, and I'm taking a little bit more in each time. Little by little. And as I take it out now, roll it round. That's how you avoid getting what in the hairdressers called fish-up ends. That's when it all kicks out at the ends and it's not smooth. So just roll it out again, grab it again, a little bit of air in it, start again at the roots, and just roll it out and roll it back, incorporating those ends which will slide round really smoothly with no fish-hook ends. Hold it like that. One of the big mistakes people make when they dry their hair, especially people with curly hair, if you don't dry it properly, you know it goes back to being frizzy. So one of the big problems is people don't dry it properly and you don't know how to tell the difference. Because when it's warm, it feels dry. But a great way to tell if it is dry, you just twirl that round. I'll turn it off. So we've got our curl now, easy peasy. Now it looks dry, but is it really dry? And the way to tell if it's dry, just let it cool down. Some people put a Velcro roller in that to keep it. Let it cool, and then you run your fingers through it. If your fingers stick at all, it's still damp. If your fingers glide through it really smoothly from root to tip, that's when it's dry. So that's dry, that's cooling down now. I feel that. So I'm just going to take the middle section, just section it in half. I'm just going to run my fingers down it without trying to spoil it. That's dry, that. That's it. There, we've got easy peasy. So we're going to go round to the other side. We'll start again. So remember to put the dryer in at the roots and leave your ends dangling out. Because as you can see, those are drying off quite a bit already. And then just roll it round, pull it out and wind it back in a little bit. Then roll it round, keep them ends out, don't worry about those ends. They'll come in and they'll curl just like those. So roll it round, that's it, take it out and then wind it back up. And that's it. And then what I do, I take it back out and start again. Just let the air in it. Rolling it out, winding it back round until you've got all the hair in. It's quite warm on the back of my ear. Now another way you can do is actually turn it off. The hair dries quite warm, quite hot actually, and that's still drying your hair. And again, you can even just keep it twirled round like that, and that'll help to keep your hair curly if your hair's quite difficult to curl. Mine's quite easy to curl because it's naturally wavy. So again, I've got that section there, really easy. You can see how easily it is to curl that. And I shall run my fingers through it and just see. That's dry. Like I said, if you don't have it where it's dry, if it's a little bit tuggy, what happens is there's still moisture in it, so it will return back to its original formation, which is wavy curly. So you'll have some bits straight and some bits wavy, and you tend to get that fuzz growing, especially when you're on a night out. So I'll just show you where I take my next section from, because this is quite important. What most people tend to do is take too big a section, we're in a hurry, we want a big clump on the hairdryer and we end up with the frizzy hair. So again, I'll just take it from around about the top of me this time. So top of both ears, like that with your fingers. Just make them meet in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's it, and then we'll just twirl that around. Put the clip in. And make sure any bits like that that are hanging out, make sure you tie them back, because while you're drying it, they'll just dry off and frizz. So we keep them damp by keeping them back with the rest of the hair. So I'll carry on. I'm going to use section so big. Better to do lots of small sections than to do fewer big sections. So again, I'll start at the root and just flip that round to start drying that section off. And just keep rolling it slowly, incorporating what we call the mid-lengths and ends. Press. Now as you can see this side there, I've got quite a bit more body in there than the ones at the side, and that's because the side I wrapped it round like that, really easy on the arms but gives you a nice curl, But when I came to this top section here, further up, I wound it that way. So it's a candlestick wind, and then there's like a traditional wind, where you can see you can get more root lift. So on the sides, so just take, bearing in mind my partings there, roughly around about there, I'm just going to take it just underneath that, because I'm going to do something different with that top section of the parting. So I just scoop this up, put it back in my clip. The bit I dry first is actually the back section, because it tends to stay wetter for longer at the back, and you don't really want your wet hair dangling over what you've already dried, because it'll make it drop and can make it go frizzy. So I'll just take a section like that again. And this one, instead of winding forward, I'm just going to wind backwards. So I'm going to catch it up at the roots. Excuse me. Catch it at the roots. And again, just let it dry off the roots. Don't worry about the middle ends or the ends. They dry much easier. Just let it out, let it back. That's all. I'm going to catch it again. And sometimes when you get up to the top of your hair, that section of hair keeps falling down. I'll just show you, it just keeps sort of drooping, it makes it hard to catch over, where it's not doing that. So what you can do is, you can wrap it and let it fall over the top section, like that. And sometimes that makes it easier to wind it in. Just try it and see how it's doing. Just keeps it there. If you can see, I can get it all in and wind it down to the roots. Chris? You can come back in a minute now. Now I've completed the sides, as I showed you earlier. Like I said, the top section there, I had the brush round that way, just to give a little bit more bounce at the roots, a bit more root lift. So this top section and my fringe, I'm just simply going to go and put my hand, I can feel where the damp hair is, I'm just going to go across like that. Don't need a tail comb, don't need anything. Yeah, that's about right. So I'll just leave that like that, wrap the rest up. And that section's drying off slowly, just make it easier for me to do. So again, same thing, just give it a brush through. Oops. I'll just put it on the roots, like that. Let the ends dangle. You can see that, the ends are just dangling over. We just leave them out, and we just dry the roots first. You can see that. This is the bit that makes your arms ache. All the rest is really easy with that bit candlestick wound. So you just keep winding it up a bit further. When you get used to drying your hair like this, you can tell when it's dry with the hot hair styler, because again it runs through really smoothly. Them ends are slightly tuggy, and it's just because it's damp. But it's dry up to there now, so just keep curling that round. Catch it, it's quite hot, you have to be quick. And then you just keep curling it and curling it. And then you just angle it a little bit, or it's a bit popped out. You catch that and do it that way. And just catch them ends in, nice and smooth. Just hold it. Like I said, it makes your arms ache. If you can hold it at the bottom. Really you need to put all your efforts into making this top section your best sections, along with your fringe, because they're the ones that everybody's going to see. Underneath, you can get away with a little bit more of a rush job. But I like to make sure that the top sections are my best. I'm just going to turn that off, let that cool down a little bit on that section. It's quite warm. Again, just curl your fingers round, let that dry, and move forward. So again, you can feel your damp hair. Just take my little finger in, take the section, tie this up, like that. Try and keep the damp hair all together. Don't let it sit on the roots of the dry hair, because that'll just make the roots flat. Pick that section up. That's it. And again, go back to doing the roots, like that. We've gone along the top section. Like I say, we've got quite a bit of root lift there. Just going to finish off the front. Now, what I'll do is I'll do the front section. You might wonder why I've left the front to the last, because actually the fronts dry off really, really quickly. It's really simple, because I can't see if I dry the front off first, as you'll see. So to get root lift in the fringe, my fringe is quite long. We're going to come right from the bottom, lifting it upwards so the roots are coming up. Still the same principle, the roots first, and then incorporating the ends. Now don't worry if it really bounds up high, because hair always drops down. So I'm just doing exactly the same thing, roots and incorporating the ends. It's a bit stiff there, but it was still damp. And I'll turn it up, it's quite warm, carry on drying it without the blow dryer on. It should be quite bouncy when I've done. I'll turn it out. So even if the dryer's not on, that's still drying it now, because the hair dries, the barrel's really quite hot. Just keep turning it round, rolling it round, to smooth the hair out. And then there you see, so I'd have difficulty drying my hair if I had that in front. And this is my last section, so I can either choose to have a really full fringe and bring it forward, or take it back. I'm going to take it back. So getting it right from the roots, there. Try not to take any of the other dry hair in with it. Sometimes easier said than done. Again, just going right from the bottom, got the ends there. And just slowly incorporating it, winding it up. It's really quite hot, this dryer, even though it's on slow. So I like to roll it down while it's still hot but turned off. That's giving really good root lift there. Bear in mind I've got no styling products on. This is just natural. Shampooed it with Moroccaonoil moisture repair shampoo. That's because my hair's coloured. And I've got curly hair and that tends to be slightly drier as well. I use the Moroccaonoil moisture conditioner and the Moroccaonoil oil treatment. So that isn't actually a styling product, it's a treatment product, and it just shows if you take care when you're doing your hair, you can make it look like you've had all sorts on shine. I use the light oil because my hair's coloured and it's light coloured. So I can feel that's cooling down now. And the best is to leave it till it's cold before you do anything. So as you can see, I've got lots of definition in the curls. I could brush this together and have it all smoother, as you've seen it. But what I like to do is simply, if I turn around I'll show you, simply shake it. Just put my fingers at the roots and just shake it out, like that. Take my head upside down sometimes and put some hairspray on. And you can see it's got lots and lots of body. just like pull that down. You can separate it just with your fingers like that. That's it. How to blow dry with this heat styler and Moroccaonoil products.
You mentioned about the shampoo.